Hello everyone, welcome from another stream, and today we are going to talk again about the Bitcoin price. We'll talk about also for Ethereum and altcoins we took a look on our last streams like Cardano, Sui. We'll take a look on another one if we have time and we don't prolong the stream. So let's start. Okay, so let's start with the Bitcoin price. Yesterday during the stream we were right here and we talked about this local uptrend with, as you remember, if you remember, with highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and we were aware right in the start of our stream that if is going to be our first lower high, most likely after this deviation above the Monday range, deviation or sweep, so-called sweep, most likely if we form the first lower high, the price most likely will decline. And you see that it corrected severely right to the middle of the range of this one and this stacked middle range of the Monday and the weekly, as you see here, right here. This is our previous weekly range. Middle lines of both ranges aligns together, altogether. That mini struggle and bounce holding here before another drop to the downside was a result of the stacking equilibrium zones of these two ranges. So we see that after small consolidation here, the price continued to drop, and the first zone we talked about, 96,200, didn't hold the price, as you see, and the price went straight to another played out fully our range theory that says if a side of a range gets swept, the target will be most likely the opposite side. You can clearly see that this happened exactly what we were talking about, and also I was talking about that the only case I'm going to look for a long position is that after this sweep here, if we get back again into the range and make our range low again a support. So you can see, this is just a coincidence of course, but everything we were talked about happened. So we had our test here of the zone, several tests failed, and after, maybe some of you took this long, after this was confirmed higher low, this was our sign for long position. So this was a pretty decent move from here. If you have catch from here to the top of this move, local move, is somewhere around 1% move, which is pretty good for a local range. And what can we expect right now from the Bitcoin? I wish I could tell you, because right after 1 hour and 30 minutes there are important data coming from the USA. What is this data coming? This is CPI. What is CPI? This is Consumer Price Index that is coming every month. This is literally index data that measures the inflation, monthly inflation and the yearly inflation in the United States of America. This data is one of the most important data that have influence, that are impacting the markets. I don't speak for the crypto market in particular, but I'm talking in general, all over the markets, this is including SP 500 and Nasdaq. If you open the SP 500 chart, you can see that I had an analysis here again with a similar strategy that we have formed after the strong uptrend. We were in a consolidation range. You can see we have a range low, range high formed. We swept the range low again. We got back again into the range. So tested the range as a support. This was a confirmed deviation, and you see again yet another range fully played out. Sweep another side, target the other side. So it is interesting right here in the traditional markets. Okay, let's finish because I already opened it. That we have a local clear downtrend here. We have a high, lower high, first lower low, lower high, lower low, and look at where the price is here right now. After 1 hour and 30 minutes, the data coming for the CPI will decide if we continue this trend and if we are going to make another lower low, or we are going finally to take this high. Taking this high will confirm a structure shift for this particular area, and the price most likely will target another high. If fails, if we get bad inflation data, most likely we'll see a manipulation move to the upside, then a drop, and most likely another lower low. So I don't recommend trading prior to this data coming. So I'm not in any position right now. I already exited from all my positions and I'm waiting. I don't want to gamble this data. I'm a trader, I'm not a gambler, and I prefer to trade on better conditions. I'm waiting this data to come out, then opening the New York, where we most likely will see the major move resulting the data coming after 1 hour prior to New York open, and most likely we'll have heavy volatility coming. If we get back to the Bitcoin chart again, I can see that the price left equal highs here. You can see this high and this high, this is equal highs, relative equal highs. And the other thing I'm seeing here, that if we can draw a mini range again into these ranges, you'll see ranges a lot of on my charts, and not because they are something special, but I find them very useful. I like to trade any asset regardless what it is, level by level, range, break range, move to the other range. This is what works for me. I feel comfortable. I'm not claiming that this is the best. This is what works for me and I feel comfortable. So what I was going to tell you, we can draw a mini range from our previous daily low here to our previous daily high here. Okay, if we draw, you can clearly see that price is respecting this range as well. You can see low, high, equilibrium zone, and this is our, after this let's say that this is our current weekly range. When a range is has taken both of the sides, the price has taken both of the sides of the prior range, everything we trade afterwards is internal, and we try this range is internal of this range, and everything falling between that played out range is internal liquidity levels. You can see that where we have internal liquidity left inside this range, this is the low here forming and this equal highs. So if the price, you can see that we have even after breaking here, this is our breaker block here, and first one, you can see another break here. The price is flipping supports resistance to supports, but now we are close. Now if we draw, this is our previous weekly range, but if we draw a volume profile from start of the week, where is Monday 3 o'clock, this is Asia opening, this is our start of the week, we can see that currently the price is struggling to flip back into the value area. So if the price fails here to flip back into the range, and if we zoom in, and if this remains our first higher low compared to this one, I expect some downside move, maybe again to these levels and then to try again this level. But as I said, I'm not trading today. The important data will decide what are we going to do, because if we see some bad inflation data coming, if we zoom out, we still have our big week, at least 50% of it unfilled. And with a bad data coming, we can finally see it's reaching at least this level. So we are monitoring it only for now. At least I'm monitoring it and waiting for the price to form price action after the data coming. This is for the Bitcoin from me, and let's jump to the Ethereum. Ethereum is also, you can see this is our analysis from here, from the yesterday. Let me switch off the market profile indicator. And I don't know what to say. Everything went accordingly to plan. The price didn't reach exactly to the channel resistance and channel resistance, but it was in the middle of the golden pocket. As you see, the price got rejected and targeted this market liquidity pool from yesterday, and it is bouncing exactly from this low here we talked about currently. And let me delete these lines already. This is important level for Ethereum right now here, because if we lose this level, most likely we will form a quick move to the downside and will reach finally this green zone we have talked about in our previous streams. I won't repeat it with what it is. I'll tell only that this is area of the OT zone of that from the lowest point from here to here, and this is also the 50% level of the week we formed on the big downside move. So it will be also interesting to see what is going to happen to Ethereum as a result of the data coming today. So everything depends on the Bitcoin today and the data coming. This is for the Ethereum. If what we had also took a look at Cardano yesterday. If we zoom out, you can see that Cardano is, we draw a parallel channel, something like this yesterday. this is holding for now also, but I have switched to a range here. That because this point here, our first swing low after this deviation, heavy deviation here, is now trying to hold the price again. So if we see something that some consolidation from Cardano inside above the range, above this point, this is 0.76 point, I expect the price to start testing this breaker block level here, and if it gets successful test and flip this zone, I expect Cardano to test again these highs here, at least $1 mark and this mark here. This will be also the, as you see, the channel resistance level. So we are also monitoring this pair. The other pair we have looked about was, if I remember correctly, this was SUI. SUI, as you see, is making that corrective move. We have marked yesterday from here to here, and it is where it has bounced exactly the marked area from yesterday. So now it is important to see if the price is going to break the latest high. If it makes it, then on the correction we have confirmed move, and this move here we have marked most likely is going to happen. I expect it to test at least 3.70 cents and even $4 area. Another pair I want, let's choose another pair to take a look. What can we look? Okay, let's take a look on Solana. This is popular coin on this in this market, in this latest bull market of Bitcoin. So you see another perfectly played out range here. By the time you will convince that ranges are very powerful tool, and I hope you are going to start to use them all as well. You see we have a impulse, consolidation move, formed range, high, range low, manipulation of the range, followed targeting the opposite side of this range. Again, this already is played out range, and everything we can target is internal liquidity levels. You can see that the price after this move has held the range low and is now, if we draw profile for this from the start of this impulse, you can see that also Solana is trying to support the value area low of the profile of this particular range. You can see that if the price, you can see this is also the bounce level, is also the golden pocket. If we form here, if we zoom in a bit, if the price, you can see that we have some compression coming because we have high, low, lower high and higher low, and this is some compressed price is compressing. Soon enough we are going to see an impulsive move on Solana, I believe, and I give more chances for the upside move because we don't have any liquidity left below here to be targeted from the market makers, and everything to be targeted lies above. You can see if we zoom in, everything is a liquidity here, these highs here, these equal highs here, relative, all of these levels will be target for Solana. If we see higher lows forming and if we see higher highs coming, we most likely see this move and testing levels around 230 and 40 again. Okay guys, thank you very much for today. This was very brief for today, but as I said, very important data coming, and nothing is stronger than the data coming. We'll see what has happened tomorrow. Thank you very much for your attending, and see you tomorrow. I wish you a very good day.